This is why you should never play hide and seek. A mom decided to play hide and seek with her 2 kids. The mom began counting, ready or not, here I come. She begins searching the downstairs kitchen because she knows that they hide there every single time. As she's walking to the kitchen, she starts saying, I wonder where they are. She looks under the table and sees they aren't there, which is kind of odd. She knew they were too scared to go into the basement alone, but she decided to check anyway. They weren't there either. She began to panic. The mom then says, Jordan, Casey, come out now, mommy's not playing anymore. There was no answer. Panic really begins to set in. She decides to call 911 and reaches an operator. She tells the operator what's wrong and the operator sends an officer to her house. Once the officer arrives, he says, don't worry, we will find them. As she's sitting in the living room, she hears giggling and laughing and hears a closet door slam upstairs. She sprints upstairs and says, Jordan, Casey, you worried me sick. She opened the closet door and nobody was there. While all of this is going on, she hears the doorbell ring. She runs downstairs and finds the officer holding Jordan and Casey. The officer says, they were hiding in the shed out back. Then Jordan looks at mommy and says, why were you telling us to stay in the shed?
Y'all keep asking, so here's my simple nail care routine. 1. No corners. They can get caught. Round nails only. 2. Use a moisturizing oil. Here's what I use. Use a brush or finger to coat entire nail. Here's the magic. Coat the underside as well. Watch my nail turn clear. And no, they're not flimsy and thin. That's it. Simple and easy.
Story time about how I was groomed for almost 2 years and didn't even know it. So a little background information. When I was 15, my house burnt down, and I went into a little bit of a depression. So after losing everything, my 6 siblings and I had to move into a 3-bedroom place with my grandparents. And a month or so later, I was looking for friends. Someone to talk to or pretty much anything that would just make me feel better. Well, this guy messaged me, and he said, you're pretty as shit. And I'm 15, so a bitch was excited. Well, 2 weeks later, I asked my mom if I could go over my friend Samantha's. And of course she said yes, because I had stayed with Samantha a lot during this time. Also because there was barely room for any of us in this 3-bedroom house. So a little background information on my parents. My mom had been a police officer for 12 years. Sadly, she had to retire because of a neck surgery. My ex-stepdad was and still is a police officer today. Anyway, so my mom asked for pictures whenever I went over Samantha's to make sure I was really there. Like for part 2.
I just spent £50 to get my nails done by a nail artist who has done Cameron Diaz's, Georgia Smith's. Her work has been in Vogue. And I showed her what I wanted. And this is what she did to my nails. Yeah. And I was really upset, so I went back to my own nail salon and got my nails redone again.
Creating a nail look based off your zodiac sign. I am not what you think I am. Woo woo sparkles. Almost there-y. Any guesses of what I am yet? I am Capricorn.
Today at work, I was trying to call my wife, but for some reason, my phone calls weren't getting through to her, so I used one of my coworkers' phones to dial my house number and call home. So I call home, and a sweet voice answers the phone. It's my daughter. I go, hey, cutie, how you doing? She goes, hey, daddy, what's up? And I go, I'm just at work. What are you and mommy doing? She says, well, I just finished lunch, and mommy's upstairs. I go, cutie, what's mommy doing upstairs? She goes, she's with Uncle Paul. And I go, Uncle Paul? We don't have an Uncle Paul. What do you mean? She's like, yeah, she's with Uncle Paul. They're upstairs in their room. So I'm like, cutie, that doesn't sound right. So what I want you to do is I want you to leave the phone on the kitchen table, go upstairs to your mommy's room and say, hey, daddy just pulled in the driveway, and tell me what happens, all right? Did it, and like a minute later, she comes back and picks up the phone and goes, okay, daddy, I did it. And I go, okay, what happened? She goes, well, mommy came running out of her room naked, and she tripped down the stairs and bumped her head, and now she can't get up. So I was like, what about the other guy? And she goes, well, Uncle Paul tried to jump out of the window into the pool, but he missed and hit the floor.
This is why you should never leave the table when you're on a blind date. One of my best friends and I worked at the same restaurant. When I came in later that day from my shift, she told me a crazy story. She said that her first table were this guy and this girl, and she could tell they were on a first date. The girl was nervous, so she ordered a glass of wine. As far as she knew, the date seemed to be going well, and the girl got up to go to the bathroom. Right when my friend was about to come over and bring the silverware, she saw him put something in her wine. My friend, obviously terrified and freaking out, let our manager know, who then let the police know, and ran into the bathroom to tell her what was going on. The girl ended up staying in the bathroom until the police came, arrested him, and escorted him out of the building. It was noon on a Tuesday. You don't think you're going to be drugged at noon on a Tuesday.
Ay, rico, 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 ay, rico, 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 ay, rico, rico, rico. O grave faz e a bunda dela.
My client couldn't choose. 1 orange okay no. 2 orange no. 3 orange still no. 4 orange lovely but no. Bucket 5 orange please.
Here's a story time of how me and my sisters almost got kidnapped. So my mom and her boyfriend were just going to go out and have a night to themselves, and I was home watching my 2 little sisters. At the time, I was 13, my 2 little sisters were 9 and 6. So around 6 p.m., my mom and her boyfriend leave. Me and my sisters just sit down and watch a movie, and then I get up to make them dinner. I get paranoid really easily, and while I was making them dinner, I look out the kitchen window, and I thought I seen somebody in the backyard. I text my mom and she gets on the cameras that are outside and she said nobody was out there. I continue making them dinner, we sit down and eat, and then we start watching another movie. Then we start hearing knocking. It wasn't coming from any of the doors, it was coming from the side of the house. I didn't want to bother my mom on her one night out, so I just took the kids and we went upstairs and watched a movie in my room. My 6-year-old sister at the time went to the bathroom and she came back in literal tears. She was literally crying so hard until I finally got her to stop and tell me what was wrong. She said as she was walking back from the bathroom, she seen somebody downstairs. I quietly locked my door and I put my sisters in the closet and I called my mom right away. I'm running out of time.
Hey everybody, so I have my little cousin here with me today, and she claims she knows how to make an acrylic nail, so let's see if she really knows how to do it, and I'm gonna watch her and try to give her some pointers on it. So she's going in for her first bead. Okay. Good, nice! She's a pro. Placing it on. Okay, oh god. Oh god. Guys, this is her famous laugh. So you might want to clean up that cuticle. Okay, she's not that bad. Clean up your sidewalls. Okay, good. She's not that bad. She's pretty good. It's looking all right. Looks pretty clumpy. So she's struggling with her next bead. Like, what is that, Isabella? She's cleaning it up. Okay, Bella, I see you. Oh my. Go to part 2.
I'm gonna tell you, it's my birthday. Ta-da!
Ratsatsai aribidabadilla baritz den landelo abari fakta pari 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 biri 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 den lando abari ladelo.
The egg challenge, and you're not a nail pro until you can do this. This challenge will test your ability to keep your client's nails nice and healthy. So grab an egg and your Kira Sky Beyond Pro nail drill and file the egg until the color is completely removed. If you can do it without breaking the egg, then it means you know how to use a nail drill properly and you're officially a pro. This is how gentle you should be with your nails, so if your nail drill doesn't work like this, it's time for an upgrade.
levitating, pop stars, do a leap with the baby. I had to lace my shoes for all the blessings I was chasing. If I ever slip, I fall into a better situation. So catch up, go put some cheese on it, get out and get your bread up. They always leave when you fall, but you run together. Weight of the world on my shoulders, I kept my head up. Now baby, stand up, cause girl, you want me, I want you.
Tag along for my Tuesday appointments. First up is a new client. Her name is Jeanette, and she wanted me to recreate this set for her. The only thing is that she wanted it in a minty green. I said we can totally do that. I think they came out so good. Say hello to Teresa. She's a new client of mine, and she's going to the beach, so she wanted something classy but sexy, and we both agreed on red. She also wanted some bling, so you know we had to hit her up with the Swarovskis. I think her set came out so great and it looked amazing on her. And then my last client I did with Miss T. Coincidentally enough, we also did red. She's the queen of stilettos. You'll never catch her with any other shape. Nails turned out super nice, and that was it for the day. I just cleaned up.
The first thing I do when I remove my nails is remove as much gel as I can. It's much easier with a drill. I use a sanding band, but if you don't have one, you can just use a nail file and it works just as well. And then I just clip my nails to my natural length. Usually I soak cotton balls in acetone and then soak my nails using these clips, or you can use foil if you don't have any. You can also warm up some rice in the microwave and then soak your nails.
Hope you guys liked this video and found it helpful. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. It does help support us, and let's know what videos you guys want to see.